How's it going, everyone? Whiplashthesnake here, bringing you a brand new life story, and holy shit, guys, we just completely doubled in size overnight. That is completely insane. Thank you guys so much, and welcome everyone that's new who's watching this right now. And just to give you guys a rundown of this channel in case you are new and you're watching this here, Sundays we do a YouTuber review, which is basically a series where we take a look at any YouTuber, take a look at their channel, take a look at their content, and then I basically give my own personal opinions on them, and you're welcome to disagree with them, you're welcome to agree with them, I don't really care. It's just me basically dropping my opinions on some person, and it's supposed to be completely for fun. On Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I do comedy commentaries on basically anything I can find. It can be a video, it can be a subject, it can be a news story. I just try and cover as best as I can. And then Tuesdays and Fridays are the days that I try and connect with my audience a little bit, try and get you guys to know me a little bit better as a person. And I do this by telling you guys a few life stories of mine. They're sometimes funny, sometimes serious, who knows. This one's, I think, a pretty funny one because it's really ironic what happened, but I hope you guys do enjoy this story. Welcome if you are new. And hey, who knows, if you have any stories that are like this one, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to read them. I do read all my comments, but that being said, I don't want to linger on this a little too long, so let's just get right into the story. Alright, so this story happened in February of this year. Yes, this is a recent one, and this was basically when I was in college, my spring semester. And like any college student, I made pretty poor life choices. AKA, in this case, played Minecraft until 4 in the morning when I knew I had class at 8. So I set an alarm on both my alarm clock, my phone, my tablet, basically everything, trying to make sure that I didn't sleep through the alarm. As one measly alarm, that's not gonna do it, you gotta make sure you're up, you gotta have it on several different devices to make sure you don't just hit that snooze button on one and then just pass out again. You gotta get up, put them all around the room, make sure you have to get out of the bed and walk to them. So somehow I still passed out after doing that. But it's okay, I have a backup alarm set, 5 minutes before class starts. And when that alarm went off, I looked at my phone and I was like, shit! And so I quickly threw on every single piece of clothing that I had at my near disposal. Basically just grabbed my bag, didn't care about anything else, jumped into the car and started driving to school in the fastest route I knew how. Now basically in my neighborhood, there is a main street that goes and connects both main roads by our area. And in the middle of this large community is a school for elementary kids, K through 8. And in front of it is basically the community hub, with a lake. It has pools, it has a park, it has soccer courses. It basically has everything you need for a community area. Now this area, it goes on for quite a while. It goes on for at least 1,000 meters. And then it gets into the soccer courts, which you probably know how large those can be. And then it finally gets to the school. On this day, I was in a very big rush, I needed to get to class. I was already going to be late. I didn't want to make myself more late than I already was going to be, so I was trying to go as fast as I can. And of course, it being a Monday, it was a school day, kids were in class, it was already 8 o'clock, so school had already started for them. Since school starts at 7 there, I thought it wasn't going to be a big deal if I went a little bit faster through the area, because if kids are still walking to school at that time, well, they're late as fuck anyways, and should probably just stay home. Which I know is hypocritical because, well, I was being late as well, but shit happens. I'm sorry, I'm bad, I sleep a lot. This road that leads through the community is set as 30 miles an hour, and so you can go 30 miles an hour normally through that road and be completely fine. Now keep in mind I go about 40. I'm coming up on the lake area, so I start to slow down because at the very beginning of the lake area, they put a sign that says 15 miles an hour. And keep in mind, this is almost half a mile away from the school at this point. You have the entire community hub area to pass before you even get near the school. So like most people in the community, I use this time to start slowing down. Meanwhile, also keep in mind everyone in the community has basically gotten a ticket from this one police officer. So I'm slowing down from my 40 miles an hour. As soon as I pass this sign, I'm going down slower and slower, reach about the speed limit that you're supposed to be going. And as I'm passing by another connecting street that's right by the school at this point, it's by the soccer fields, I see the police officer on his motorbike putting away his speed gun. And as I drive by at about 20 miles an hour now, I'm still not at the school, he starts pulling out behind me and I'm just shit. I'm getting pulled over, aren't I? And yep, sure enough, he basically put on his alarm and I was just fuck. And so I just sat there, I'm just well, I'm fucked. Okay, I'm screwed. So I just go turn into the school area, just park my car and sit there and wait for him to walk up to my window. And sure enough, he does. He just goes and pulls up right behind my car, gets off his motorcycle and walks up to the window and knocks on it. So I roll it down for him. And he asks the usual question. Do you know why I pulled you over? And I just sat there and I gave him the full story, like, it was after school had started for here. I thought I was completely fine. I was running late for school myself, so I was trying to get there as fast as I could. It's early in the morning, okay? I'm still basically half asleep at this point. Can you please just let me off with a warning and let me go to class, please? So he's like, yeah, you were speeding. You were going 31 in a 15-mile-an-hour area. So no, I am going to have to give you a ticket. Please give me your license and registration. And as he says this, he also asked me if there are any weapons in the vehicle, and without even thinking, I just said no. So I just start reaching over, get my license and registration out of the glove compartment, and I look over right beside me, and I see my work knife, like a little folding knife. It's an actual knife. It has like a 3-inch blade, and I just have it there for work, and I keep it there to open boxes at work, just have it as a work knife. And I completely forgot about it in the car. And so I'm just like, well, shit, if the officer sees that now, I'm going to be in ultra trouble. So I don't bring any mention to it, he just takes my license and registrations, walks back to his motorcycle, and starts doing, like, the checks on it. And basically, I'm just sitting there, watching the time go by on my phone, watching as I become later and later for class. And after a few minutes, he comes back up to my car and gives me back my stuff, as well as he's bringing a tablet with him so that I can sign for my ticket. And he gives me the stuff and gives me the information, like, alright, you have to pay this much and you have to pay it by this time, or you have these options. I am going to give you a little bit of a break, and he is really cool for this, because this was a school zone and normally fines are doubled in these areas. He marked it down as if it was on a normal road, so I just was like, oh my god, you are amazing for that. You still pulled me over, so I'm mad at that, but you are amazing for not charging me the full price. And as I'm looking at the ticket, I noticed that he marked not wearing a seatbelt as another fine. And I'm just like, wait, what? And so I look at myself and I realize, oh yeah, because I was in such a rush, I forgot to put on my seatbelt because I'm smart. And normally when this happens, I just wait until I get to like the lights that connect to the main roads, and I just put on my seatbelt there. But nope, in this situation, I did not get the opportunity, so I just basically had to eat the ticket. And of course, that was an extra $100 add-on fine, so I'm just like, great, this is fucking perfect. But so he just says, have a good day, and drives off, and he didn't even give me back my registrations. He didn't give me back my proof of insurance. I was looking through the stuff, and he didn't give it back. I'm like, well shit, now it's great. I don't have my proof of insurance in case I get pulled over again. So I drive to school, get to the class. I'm about like 20 minutes late at this point. It was really bad. Sit down, sit through the class, and at the end, I go up to the teacher and apologize for being late, And the irony that I said in the beginning of this story, that it was ironic, guess what this class was? If you guessed that it was Intro to Criminal Justice, you would be right. Yeah, I got pulled over by a police officer whilst going to a class basically meant for people who are becoming police officers. But so when I showed him the ticket, he basically just laughed and just said, like, don't worry about it, I won't mark it as a tardy. And so that was cool, but I was stuck with a ticket at the end of the day. It basically cost me like $500. It was insanely expensive. But I was the jerk that decided to go speeding inside of a school zone, meant for little kids about like 7 years old, so I deserved it. Really wish he gave me back my proof of insurance, though. But yeah, so I just continued on from that day, I had to go to a driver safety course afterwards, to cover the ticket, which I will do another story on in the future because, well, let's just say the people that I was next to was very interesting. It was a very interesting class. But that being said, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this life story. If you liked it, please make sure to hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. I would love a new addition to the Snake Army. Be sure to check out yesterday's video, which is playing on screen right now. And if you have any stories like the one I just told you, please make sure to leave them down below. I would love to read them. Make sure to follow me on my social media. I post there every so often. And again, basically, welcome to the 1,000 new subscribers that joined yesterday. That being said, everyone, I will see you tomorrow with a brand new commentary, as always. But for now, this is Whiplash, signing off.